My name is Alan Harding. Welcome to Cooking in the Catskills. My father, in my later years, I realized he was a great man. Once told me about public speaking. He said, tell people what you're going to tell them. Tell them, and then tell them what you told them. And I've always remembered that. It's probably the only thing he ever told me I did remember, but I remembered that. So, today, we're going to make enchiladas. Enchiladas with some other Spanish word at the end that I don't know. They're my enchiladas. And they're going to have chicken in them and some vegetables and have melted cheese and rice and whatever else we have in the hazmat fridge over there. So that's the hazmat fridge. And we're going to see what's going on. Stay tuned. You know, in Animal House, where they're inducting the inductee, the fraternity members, and the big fat guy gets named Flounder. In the remake of Animal House, the big fat guy, his nickname is going to be Selfie Stick. It's my idea. Selfie Stick. So what we do with the pumpkin seeds is we take this spice grinder, aka coffee grinder. We take our pumpkin seeds, put them inside the spice grinder, reach for the top, because the spice grinder has a cord about 6 inches long, and then we chop them up so they're like powder, which has a great flavor and gets added to the filling, the enchilada filling, which I'm going to execute shortly. So, stay tuned. Enchiladas, enchiladas for all the dudes. So now I'm going to fabricate some ingredients for the filling that gets rolled in our corn tortillas and then baked in the oven. So that filling is going to be zucchini, which I'm going to dice. Like this. That's enough. Well, actually, you might as well do the whole thing. Okay, that's that. We're also going to do an onion. Crinkle, crinkle. I'm going to only use half of an onion. If I had any garlic, I would put this in as well. I don't think I do, but I do have a half of an onion that we're going to chop like this. Okay, and that's going to go in this saute pan that I cooked the pumpkin seeds in. This gets swept in here. It goes on the stove. You can see that. And then we're going to turn on the fire. Good. See that? Good. You can barely see it. It's going to cook a few minutes. Right now it's dry as disco, but I'm going to cook it in butter. A nice big chunk of butter. All right. Now, what else we're going to add to this mess? Well, it's not really a mess. is chicken. Now, obviously, I could use raw chicken, but since I had this for dinner the other day, and I only ate the legs, I'm going to harvest all the fat, and I don't know if you can see all of this gelatin, but it's really delicious. And my dog loves it. He also loves chicken wings. Here, chicken wing moment. Go on. Oh, thank you. Sorry. He likes to run away with his chicken wings because he thinks he's going to get shanked in line in the prison. And we're going to cut this chicken up after I pull it all off the bone. Hopefully, you're able to catch what I'm doing on the selfie stick. Chicken sizzling. Carcass cleaning. Okay. Somebody wants some more chicken. Somebody wants some more chicken. Yeah, I know. You don't give chickens bones. You don't give chicken bones to dogs, right? You know, you've never had a beagle. Sauteing the onions and the zucchini. Chopping up the chicken. Chicken going in. Okay. No bones, just chicken. Just chicken and chicken jelly. I love store-bought chicken. All right. The skin's really good in there too. Last piece for the dog. Here. Come on. Selfie stick. So, everything in there is cooked pretty much. We just want to kind of like sweat it, get a little loose, so we can roll it in our tortillas and mix it with some other stuff. Back for that later. So we're back at it. This is the slate for finishing the tortillas. This is cooking in the Catskills. And what we're doing here is a little oiling of the tortillas, since ChatGPT says if the tortillas are moistened first, they won't crack. So thank you, ChatGPT. So I'm going to moisten these with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And then we're going to finish the filling. Good enough. So the way that this is going to go is these go off to the side, and then we take our filling. This is the filling, right? The filling, this is the broken up chicken, pre-cooked chicken, and the sauteed zucchini and onions. And if I had a little garlic or a little cumin, I'd add it. I'm gonna find myself a bowl, a big bowl, if I have one. Big bowl, small bowl. Okay, here's a bowl. Here's a bowl, and into the bowl goes the filling, like this. Okay, that is the chicken, and to the chicken goes some of my famous red beans that I made on a previous show. You may or may not have caught my previous show. And to this filling, we're going to add the butt end of the cilantro. Since it's going to be cooked, you won't notice it. Okay? Butt end of the cilantro goes in there. And what else? We're going to add some cheese. Fuck off. Go away. He's hovering like a vulture on a rock, waiting for something to fall, and nothing's to fall. In goes a little bit of cheese, like that. That's shredded whatever. And now we're going to add something very important. This is the ground. Those are the ground pumpkin seeds, aka pepinas. They smell really nutty. Now I'm going to add some of this green tortilla mix. See, it's nice and wet, but we don't want it that wet. We want something to moisten it, to dry it up a little bit. So I'm going to add some of this rice out of the rice cooker. Just like that. And that's the filling. That's the filling. So now we can go ahead and roll these, and then we're going to bake them, and then we're going to eat them. So I'm going to bake mine. I like to bake my enchiladas in a glass dish, and some of the sauce goes on the bottom, like that, and maybe we'll put in a little bit of oil and a little bit of salt and a fair amount of black pepper. If I could find my black pepper maker. Here it is. Black pepper. Okay. So that's the, let's see, how do we position this? That's the dish, right? Here's the bowl with the filling in the foreground, like that. And then we're going to take these tortillas. Maybe we can see this better like this. Can we see this better like this? No. How about this way? Is that better? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. That looks better. Okay, so we have tortilla. We have filling. And we don't want to go too small. What we want to do is, well, let's do an overhead. That'd be an overhead. That would be your overhead shot. You see how I put the filling towards the end? And then when we roll them, they go like this. And then you put them in the dish, the seam side down. And then you just do that and repeat. Seam down. It's hard. It's really hard to make this filling and have it end up being like just enough for one meal. You always end up making more than one meal. We may have to do another video with the leftovers, of the leftovers. Okay, so this goes here. I'm gonna make 4. It's rather late. I don't think I want to eat more than 4 because I have some ice cream to finish. Okay, so that would be that. So I can do our overhead shot. Tortillas ready to go in the oven. And we're gonna put some more of this sauce. This sauce happens to be green, but you don't have to use green sauce. You could use red sauce. Sometimes I like to use like, like swag cheap marinara sauce, like the cheapest one in the aisle. And that goes into a blender with like a little bit of toasted cumin and coriander seed that you toast in the pan like I did those pumpkin seeds. If you toast cumin and coriander with maybe some pumpkin seeds till they're all nice and toasty, put those in the spice grinder and make a powder, and then add that to like swag cheap marinara sauce. It's like the best taco sauce there is. Thin it with a little white distilled vinegar or fresh lime juice if you can. So here's the tortillas ready to go in the oven. I'm gonna finish the dish with some of these toasted nuts, or excuse me, toasted seeds, and a little bit of, if this was a real Mexican food, this would be grated cotija, but today it's Romano. The Romano cheese goes in, and then this goes into the oven. Let's see if we can do this like this. That's the oven, right? The oven is open, right? Oven's still open. Sorry. That goes in the oven for 10 minutes. Come back in 10 minutes for the magic. Come back in 10 minutes for the magic. Okay. We've reached the end of our journey. Back in the day, when I used to be a contender, I had a cooking show. It was on the Discovery Channel. It was called Cooking in Brooklyn. And I did 26 episodes. And you can watch them if you're on traveling to Oslo on Air Norway. They play them as in-flight entertainment, unbeknownst to me. But I had a whole crew, and it was amazing what you can get done with a crew. Not so amazing what you get done by yourself. This looks like ass, but I promise I'll get better. We're gonna have the reveal now. Excuse me, dog. This is the enchiladas. Okay, these are the enchiladas. And where's my spatula? And I'll put them on this plate. A plate. Where's the plate? Plate. Plate goes here. If you can see it. Probably not. Since my selfie stick sucks ass. Okay. So here we have enchiladas. All right. And on top of the enchiladas, we're going to put a little bit of salad, which in this case is just green leaf lettuce. By all means, if you have iceberg lettuce, have at it. enough. It's like that, right? Kind of like some guy I know puts too much food on the plate. And then we're going to go with a big dollop of fresh sour cream. And then for that je ne sais quoi, some fresh squeezed lime juice all over it. A little bit more, right? Chopped cilantro. And what else do we got? Oh, how about some of these seeds, pumpkin seeds at the end. There. That looks good enough to eat, doesn't it? Those are my leftover Jailhouse fridge enchiladas made with 4 ingredients. You can get the website. You can go to the website for the recipe when we have a website and I can write the recipe down. But for now, just enjoy them vicariously through me. That was the second episode of Cooking in the Catskills. My name's Alan Harding. Thank you for watching. And I'll never ask you to like or subscribe. Never.